Hey YouTube, Rando here. So this has been a video that I've been planning on making for a really long time and just never got around to doing it. It might be kind of a boring video for some of you, but it's some pretty good info in here. It's going to be my 7 biggest mistakes that I made when I was building my bug out bag. And I made a lot of mistakes. I spent a lot of money to get this bag where it is today. I went through a lot of gear, honestly, and it was fun. It was fun doing. We got to do videos on the gear and all that good stuff, so it was fun to build the bug out bag. But had I stuck to some principles on the bug out bag, I probably not only would I have saved a lot of money, I would have saved a lot of time as well. So we're going to start off with number 7, and then we'll go up to number 1, which is my biggest mistake. Uh, Cost again is huge on a bug out bag. We're going to go over how much I spent on this bug out bag, and we're going to go over all the gear on it in a different video in the future. As soon as I get all the little pieces of gear that I want to swap out in here with what I want to swap it out with, we'll do a full bug out bag video. It's going to be a long one, so be looking out for it. It'll come out sooner or later. So my 7th mistake was not looking at other reviews about gear. Watch gear reviews before you go buy a piece of gear. You know, I went through a lot of testing before I found what worked. And what I found in most cases, believe it or not, was the majority of what gear reviewers were saying about the gear was the problems I was having. And, you know, the pieces of gear they said worked well was the pieces of gear I ended up using, because it did work well. So had I just watched some more gear reviews and things about that, things, you know, along those lines, check out gun reviews, check out bag reviews, check out gear reviews, things like that. I could have saved a lot of time and a lot of money, because like I said, 90% of the time, whatever they were thinking about it, you know, the downfalls about that piece of gear and whatnot was the same thing I thought about it. So just watch gear reviews before you build your bug out bag. You know, see what you want to use. Number 6 was going with the cheapest items possible. You know, if all you can afford is 99-cent items to go down in your bug out bag, more power to you. You know, if that's all you can afford, that's all you can afford. But if you can afford a little more, I would go with it. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy, you know, the best gear you can afford, but you want something that will last a little while. You want something that's going to be a little bit more substantial. 99-cent items are great for camping, but not so good in an emergency situation. You know what I mean? I still used a cheap Ultrafire up until recently in my backpack, so, you know, practice what you preach. But things like this, just these little cheap 99-cent matches, you can pick them up for about $1 a pop on A&E, also eBay. So just cheap little stormproof matches. Instead of throwing down a tube of these down in here, throw some UCOs. You know, those are matches that are a whole lot better. They work a whole lot better, and they're not much more. I think it's like $5 for 2 boxes or something like that. So not a whole lot more. You could spend, you know, $1.50 more per pack, and you get nearly the same amount of matches. I'm not sure what the actual comparison is, but I know you get a lot of matches down in those boxes, and you get I think 20 matches down in here. So I think that, you know, it's just worth thinking about. You know, do I want to fill my bag with 99-cent items that I know is going to break after a certain amount of time and doesn't work as well as an item that costs $2.50? You know, buy the $2.50 one and throw it down in your bag. So that was number 6. Number 5, too much overpacking, overweight. You know, this isn't an inch bag. I do plan on coming home sometime. We bug out for hurricanes more than anything, so I don't need the bag to last me forever. I don't need an inch bag. You know, I'm never coming home bag. I just need a bug out bag. That being said, I still carry a camp sink, so I carry everything, including the kitchen sink. So, you know, again, one of those things, practice what you preach. We are going through the bag right now, trying to make it a little bit lighter, but overpacking can be a huge issue when it comes to your bug out bag. You know, you don't need everything under the sun in your bag. Would it be nice? Yes, but is it going to hurt your back? More than likely. So that's number 5, just overpacking. And really, overpacking had more to do with space than it did with weight. We're going to cover weight in just a minute, but you know, just you're confined to a certain amount of space. This is a 65-liter pack. So I have 65 liters to fill up. I don't want to fill it up with items I'm not going to use. I want to put, you know, items in here that I know I'm going to use, and then other items to back those items up. So redundancies, you know. So number 5, just carrying too much. Number 4 would be not buying the items first. You don't want to go out and buy a bag and then buy all your items and then figure out that the items aren't going to fit in the bag. Buy the items first. Lay them out. See how much room roughly you're going to need, and then buy a bag around the items you're going to use, because a lot of times what happens is your bag gets full and you still have 6 or 7 pieces laying out there that you can't fit in your bag. So you'd be a lot better off buying your items that are going to go down in your bag before you buy your bag, and then buy your bag. See how much room you're going to need, and then work off that. You know what I mean? Don't go buy the bag first. I've been through so many bug out bags. If you look through the years that we've been building this bag, I've probably been through 4 or 5 different bags, and each one I stepped up was bigger, bigger, bigger. You know, I started out with 40 liters, ended up with 65 liters, because I figured 65 liters works perfect for me. So but again, I went from 40 to like 45 to 55 to 65. So I went in increments, and if I'd have bought all my items first, laid them out, and seen, well, I'm going to need a good size hiking pack, then I would have bought this bag to begin with and could have saved money on all those other bags. So buy your items first, see what you're going to need. You know, you'd just be surprised how fast a 40-liter pack fills up, especially when you plan for food and shelter, which we do have shelter in our bag, but we don't carry food. So number 4, not buying items first. Number 3, not packing the bag right. That's a huge problem. Yes, you want your items that you're going to use, like your canteen and whatnot, right up top so you can get to it. But that's not what I'm talking about packing your items right. Really, what I mean is, when you pack a hiking pack, you want to pack it properly. First off, there's a pocket on the inside of a hiking pack, a lot of them anyways. That's for your heaviest items. You want to keep your heaviest items right up against you. The lightest items you want in the bottom of your bag and out away from your body. Your heavy items you want up close to your body. So you don't want to put your gun out on a pocket on the outside of your pack with your ammo, because it's going to weigh it down and pull it down further back there. Put it up closer to your body. So that's what I mean by packing it right. Most good packs have a pocket, like I said, on the back of the bag for your heaviest items, and that's where I carry my bug out bag, gun, and whatnot. So it's right up against my bag. That's why, you know, like when they put pouches or slots on there for you to use a water bag, it's right up against your back, because water's heavy. You want to carry it close to you as possible. So just packing your bag right. There's a lot of good videos out on YouTube on how to pack your bag correctly. I think Cold Still did one. His name's not Cold Still anymore. I forget what he changed his name to, but it used to be Cold Still. He actually made his YouTube channel just so he could show how to pack a hiking pack. So, and he spends good money. He's got a Kelty pack. I think he spent like $1,200 on his bag alone. So the guy knows what he's talking about. Just go check his video out if you get a chance. Go look him up. I'm sure if you type in Cold Still, it's going to bring up a bunch of knife videos. But if you can find him, he does good videos on how to pack your bag. So number 3, not packing right. Number 2, going too heavy. Buy a light and durable. You know, think ultralight gear. If you're using a 65-liter pack like I am, you should be able to fit your shelter, your sleeping pad, everything fits down in my bag. So I don't want to overfill it with too many heavy items. And if you're, like I said, 65-liter pack's a huge pack. You should be able to fit your shelter down in your pack. You don't want to pack too much. You don't want to go too heavy. Everything should fit in your bag. You know, don't pack a lot of ammo. I know a lot of people want to pull a lot of ammo when they go in their bug out bag. They want to carry it with them. Ammo's heavy, man. Watch out for what kind of gun you carry as well. I used a little 380 for years down in my bag until I picked up a small 9mm. Now it's a 9mm. And actually, it's not even in here anymore. I use a 22 long rifle, 410 over and under rifle, double Badger. So that's my bug out bag gun now. I don't carry the 380 or the 9, but some people want something for self-defense. But if you're, you know, think smaller pistols and not a whole lot of ammo. You don't want to pack a whole lot of ammo in your bag. I guess if you're building an inch bag, it's different, but this is a bug out bag again. I carry my EDC pistol. I have an extra mag, plus a full mag, plus a couple spare rounds that I keep down in my ammo pack that I've showed that I carry in my truck. So I would have something for self-defense. My bug out bag gun is strictly for my bug out bag. That's it. It's not for, it would be more for hunting if I had to, you know, go gather up some kind of food or something. I can scavenge something with a 410 shotgun and a 22 long rifle. So I carry a little bit of ammo, I think 150 rounds of 22 and maybe 10 rounds of 410 shotgun. I don't carry a whole lot of 410 because again it's heavy. So going too heavy would be my number 2 biggest mistake. Again, when you think gear, think ultralight gear. Think of lightweight gear that's not going to take up a whole lot of room, and that's definitely not going to add a whole lot of weight, because that's number 1 problem I hear out of people usually is their bag's too heavy. So going too heavy is my 2nd biggest mistake. My number 1 biggest mistake, and it's one that I hate to even say because I know everybody loves tack gear. They love their tactical gear. And that would be my number 1 biggest mistake, was buying tactical gear. Buy a good hiking pack, man. Tactical bags are not good on your back. They're not good on your shoulders. If you have to walk with this bag, a tactical pack's going to wear your shoulders and back out quick. You need a thick belt on your bag, first off. Not just a little bitty strap. You need something that's going to hold some weight on your hips, right? And it needs to be adjustable. My whole pack is adjustable. Even my shoulder straps are adjustable on how high up you run them, depending on how long your upper body is. So you need something that's adjustable. I went through 3 or 4 tactical packs and they all hurt. None of them were comfortable. None of them worked well. They all carried what I needed them to carry, but they were very uncomfortable, very heavy, just not good packs. Buy a good hiking pack, something. Internal frames are good, but you're going to have less room with it. External frames are expensive. They usually run more money, so that's why I went with an internal frame, and also you have that external frame on the outside of it. I've said it in previous videos, I don't like to hang things off my pack that are going to get caught on branches. We did a lot of testing with our bug out bags, and what I found with, especially with the tactical packs, that I had the pouches hanging on the outside of. I had my knife hanging on the outside of it and everything. It just snagged on everything I'd walk by. So I like to try to keep the outside of my pack as clean as possible. I keep my handle shoved up in the hood and keep all the straps tied together, as you can see, just to try to keep from snagging on stuff, because that was a huge problem with pouches on the outside of the bag, was when we were walking through the trails and whatnot. I mean, more than likely I wouldn't be taking a trail for bugging out. I had to leave my truck behind. I'd walk down the road, but if I did have to do some off-road, and I wouldn't want to be snagging on everything I walk by. So that was my biggest mistake, was going tactical. Tactical usually equals heavy and not comfortable. You know, tactical is not made for comfort. It's made for being tactical. So there you go. That was my biggest mistake, buying tactical. Going with tack bag, trying to carry too much ammo, too heavy. So let's look at them again. We got number 1, buying a tactical bag. Number 2, going too heavy. Number 3, not packing the bag right. Number 4, not buying my items first. Again, going with the bag first. Number 5, carrying too much, overpacking. Number 6, buying the cheapest items I could find to throw down in there. Number 7, not looking at reviews about the gear itself. Again, I would have saved a whole lot of money had I did that. So learn from my mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes. I like watching mistakes, bug out bag mistake videos, you know, top 10 mistakes, whatever. But this is my top 7. Hopefully it'll keep somebody out there from making the same mistakes I did. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube.